So I just want to see if I can hear myself. What's up, everybody? We're back at it again, and I mean, if you guys can see it, it's a little bit better. Yes, no, maybe so. And we're in a different location. Well, we're in a different part of my house. Um, yeah, I got better setup now. I'm got my video, you know, thing out here, and we're just living the dream now, bro. We're finally moving on to bigger and better stuff. We're finally, you know, getting more professional with this. Um, one thing about my last setup was that I was really held back by my, soft or my equipment that I was using. I was using a laptop and it had a webcam and it was good enough for what I was doing it at the time. But I mean, now I got a desktop computer. Oh, I can't talk. I got a desktop computer for really cheap, and um, I just wanted to take advantage of it. I got it for $200, and the one problem with it was that I did not get a camera for it, and I was thinking, damn. Well, I mean, what am I gonna do? I need to get a camera, but I wasted all the money on the computer. Um, and then I started doing some research and I found out that I could do this. Use my phone as my camera. I got a tripod. It has a light, as you can see right here, that's shining onto me. And this is my front facing camera. My back facing camera is actually cracked. So, I mean, it's still better than what it was before. And so I can't complain. You know, but that being said, we're back at it again, and for anybody that watching this, anybody that's a Raiders fan, um, first of all, I want to start off by saying no, I don't think that Max Crosby is going to get traded, and I also think that in the recent interview that he did, if you go watch it, he did a recent interview with John Gruden during Super Bowl weekend, and Barstool Sports, and I just wanted to come on here real fast. This is a test stream just to make sure that everything's working fine and that I can, basically rely on this going forward in the future. Um, I just I wanted to come out here and put out a quick video and just show. This is gonna be like 5-10 minute video and it's not gonna take too much time, but sorry. Oh, it's just I got zoned out for a second. Um, so Max spoke with John Gruden recently, talking about, you know, how, if anybody remembers, Max had been talking recently about how he had almost gotten cut by John during his rookie season. Slamming balls on the ground, but it turns out, John wanted to come out and clear out the air with that and explain like, no, that we're gonna cut block you if you keep doing that. So, um, it was funny just listening. It's a short interview. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend to go watch it. I'll even add it in the description below after I'm done with this video. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, and hopefully I'm gonna get better in the future. But uh, yeah, so one thing that was very interesting to me, John asked Max straight up. He's like, "What's this nonsense that I'm hearing about you being traded and wanting to get traded? Is it true? Do you want to get traded? You better not be wanting to get traded." And he's like, he goes into detail and talks about saying, how a couple years ago in 2023, during the middle of the season, he was just doing his own thing, and the rumors started coming out, and you know, in the last year, it's gotten crazier. But that, one thing that nobody can deny is that And this is one thing that, especially being a Raiders fan, that I've realized, especially with the fan base, is that we have a lot of fans that are mad at him because he's vocal about wanting to see the team trying to make competitive moves. And I think that that's looking at it from a backwards perspective. Why are you mad that your best player wants to, be better? You know, at at the end of the day, we got to wonder why why do these players want to leave these teams? Because there's dysfunction. And at the end of the day, we talk about loyalty and all this stuff. And I'm always loyal to the Shield. At the end of the day, there's no player above the Shield. And I agree with any fan that wants to say that. We're not going to leverage our entire franchise over one player unless it's like, you know, we could have had Tom Brady and we decided not to get him. So, that being said, that being said, I think that Max has a right to want to see positive change, and I know I see a lot of Raiders fans in the comments, in the Reddit threads, in the YouTube videos, in the fucking Instagram Reels videos. You see them everywhere. They're just pissed off. They're just like, oh, he's just a whiny girl. Like, the guy's negotiating, trying to get his guaranteed money. Nobody can be mad at that. He has That's priority number one, right? Priority number two is also trying to build a winning culture around him, because if we have to figure this out. If we're not going to re-sign him, we can trade him away, get some assets back from him, and then use that to rebuild. If he decides that he likes what he sees, then we could just bring him in for, a couple, fully guarantee the rest of the contract, give him a little bit of a pay bump, average out tonight. So his last contract was 98 million for 4 years. Make this next contract 98 million for 3 years, and it'll average out to around 33 million dollars per year. And that's an idea, and still wouldn't be one of the. He'd still be one of the highest paid. He gets a raise that he deserves, and he deserves more than that. But it also allows for flexibility going into the future, trying to figure out, like, okay, we got this figured out. We got this set amount of money left over. Now what can we do with this rest of this money? Like, what are we gonna trade? Because, you know, we have been in a state of mediocrity for so long, and we have to just look ourselves in the face and realize, like, just pushing away these players and not thinking that, and us thinking that we know more than these players that literally put their bodies on the line. And then I have these fucking fans in the comments saying, oh, he's just a crybaby, shut up and go play, and stuff like that. Like, it just makes you, it just shows you how brutal these fans can be and how out of touch it is. But at the same time, like, I get it. I mean, everybody's mad. It's like our best player, so it's like the risk of possibly losing him is, nobody wants to think about that, but it is what it is. If we can't get better, why keep him? It's like keeping a Lamborghini inside of a fucking trailer park. It's just a waste of everybody's time. But that's not to say that we can't be competitive. And I mean, if we can get Max on board this year, the sky's the limit. Who's to say that we can't, do more? You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be a really big thing, especially going into the off season. We're still a couple weeks away, I believe, from the off season finally taking place. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it starts the beginning of next month. So we still got a couple more weeks before that happens. So we'll have to figure that out. But I mean, for the time being, we got plenty of time to see what happens, and I'm very interested. God damn it. Yeah, so I'm just very interested to see the moves that we're gonna do, but priority number one should definitely be re-signing Max Crosby, and you know, thinking towards the future of what we can do towards bettering the franchise itself. Whether that's with Max or without Max, and I think that the team and the organization as a whole realizes how much of an asset it is to have somebody like Max on the team, and I think they'll do the right choice and by re-signing him. But at the end of the day, if it's also realistic with the facts that our new coach is on a 4-year contract, right? He's on a 4-year contract. We don't know how much time he has with that contract, and we have to, you know, pray and hope that he's going to do good in those 3 years. And so, what are we going to do after those 3 years? Are we going to hire within the house? And, we got Patrick Graham back, thankfully. This is the longest continuity that we had, I believe, since Rob Ryan back in, like, I believe 2009, if I'm not mistaken. So, there's plenty of questions to go around, and I'm very interested to see what happens. But, this is a very exciting off season. I'm excited to see the moves that we do and what quarterback we sign. Because honestly, at this point, I think that any quarterback that we sign, actually, I can't even say that because I don't know. There's so many possibilities for where we can go. We can go with Justin Fields. We can go with officially Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold is going to be on the block possibly, but he wants a lot of money too. I think somewhere around 33 million. Who knows? As a matter of fact, let me check. Sam Darnold is expected to earn a large contract in 2025 when he becomes a free agent, possibly over $100 million. That's fucking crazy. Uh, you just see people's reaction on retain at 15 million 2 weeks. Who the fuck? I need to figure out how to put my video from the screen so you guys could see what I'm looking at. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, there's definitely questions that need to be answered. We need to resign we need to sign a quarterback. We need to re-sign Robert Blaine. We need to re-sign Max Crosby to a new contract. We need to sign a QB, and I mean, we just got a lot of questions moving forward, man. And I mean, I like the hoorah, hoorah, but we had that last year, and look at where it got us. 4 and fucking 12 or 11. I don't even fucking care. Like, we got to do better. And if we want to do better, it starts from the top. So, um, I love the moves that we're doing, but time will tell in the end of the day. So, with that being said, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch my video. If you do watch it, if you come across it in the future, thank you. And for anybody that's new here, because this is going to be a shorter video, this is just a short live stream of my thoughts, especially of like the recent talks that I've seen. And also, I got a new setup, and I finally was able to set everything up. I just wanted to run this thing. So, I appreciate you. And I hope you guys enjoy this journey that we're about to go on, because uh, I said this from the beginning. I want to get better at this, and I'm going to get better at this. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. And I think that I'm taking some steps in the right direction. So if you guys like what you saw, please leave a like. Please leave a comment. Tell me how I can get better. Tell me some topics that you want me to talk about. Give me some ideas. and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.